I have given for the study. Okay. Can anyone confirm are able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you log in the server, so how to log in the server? Narendra Hemant will explain you all. So once you get your credential, once you logged in that, okay. So you can see the two folders basically. Okay. One is the project and the source data is the previous one thing. Not sure what is that. So in these here we have the VB folder. Okay. So for you all, we can create the different folder. This is the source folder. Okay, so for now, don't work anyone in this folder. Okay, so I can create one more folder here itself. Okay, and outside the VB folder. Okay, I can copy all the things which you want to work it. So this is the folder for your reference purpose only in the future. Okay. So for now, at least I'll explain what are the things which we have. Okay. So yeah, first of all, the blank ECRF. Okay, the blank ECRF means the document looks like this one. Okay. So when we call it blank means without annotations. Okay. The without annotation means we don't have the PM annotations as well as the SDT annotations. Okay. Why it's looking like this? Just a moment. Okay. This is the blank ECRF. Okay. Yesterday also I said that this is a real-time project. They don't think with the confidential information with anyone. Okay. It's safety for you. Okay. So in the blank ECRF, basically this is the design by the DM team. I'll just explain that when we awarded any study, okay, any protocol is finalized, then the DM team, the global data manager is from the sponsor. Okay, these are important point of contacts. When I'm telling the someone names, it's a very, very important that when you are explaining the project, these are the important words. Okay, why? Because they can understand easily whether you worked or not based on these things. Okay, so when the project is awarded for any is first and important that we have the kickoff meeting. Okay, the kickoff meeting, all stakeholders will attend. Okay, the later ones, the DM team, so the data management teams will start with the data management and another CRF design team will have. So those people, they'll discuss based on the protocol, what are the analysis which we are going to perform. For that, what are the data? Okay, so based on that, they will design the CRF forms. Okay, so once the CRF is formed, designed in the draft version reviewed, and then they'll update some comments based on the sponsor and then the statisticians and everyone. Okay, so in this part, as a programmer, we don't involve anything, but you people know that what is the background. Okay, so once the ECRF is finalized, the database is built and then CRF is finalized. Okay, so you'll get these things. So this is the blank CRF. Okay, which you need to annotation for the annotation purpose, you need to use it. Okay, so when we are talking about the blank CRF, we have the different databases. Okay, so the Rave, IBM CD, Arkil, Zelda. So these are the databases. So some of the few clients will use the different database, but this is the database. I'm not sure which database is that because I'm seeing the first time this one. Okay, this sponsor, what is they are using. Okay. But anyway, we require the CRF form. What is the database? It's a representation of your forms will be in different formatted. Okay, but the relation working in as a programmer, every database would be the same. Okay, that won't make any difference. Okay. So these are the CRF forms. If you see, these are the unscheduled visit they have put it in. Okay. So and then some of the physical examination things, respiratory, some of the medical history they are collecting. Okay, so we'll go to ACRF and you'll understand. So the blank CRF looks like this. Okay, so once you read the black CRF, okay, this is the annotated CRF. Okay, so the unique forms of the CRF. Okay, so what we will give you all. So without the okay, so you'll get these blank CRF. Okay, for example, we'll remove these all annotation. Okay, so you will get the entire CRF like this. Okay, so the main source CRF we will place in the source folder, main folder. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can refer. Okay, and then first and important thing that okay, direct copy or direct you can check the CRF and then we will do annotation. That won't work. Okay, so if you are doing something like that, it won't help this internship for you at all. Okay, it's your responsibility. You doesn't understand anything. If you know these are the forms, I'm unable to understand and everything. Okay, in that case, you might check that reference at the end once you've done everything. Okay, or else for the cross-checking for the QC purpose, you can check the source reference document. Okay, so there's a and you can copy. Why? Because it's if you something taken from the main folder and then put it here and then you can say that I done the CRF. It won't help you. So when you try actually, okay, by this form, if you see that this is adverse event form, here everyone can say that okay, this is going to map in that. Everyone is going to map in the adverse event data set. Then fine, that everyone understands. From there onwards, you need to okay, this is adverse event. What is this? 8. Yeah, okay, and then in this have no question. Okay, start date of adverse event. Okay, adverse event ongoing. Okay, stop date of adverse event. So these are the things you need to understand that where we can map these things. Okay, so it means so you need to understand when you can map it. You need to correlate the relation first. Okay, for example, this adverse obviously this is the data. So it's the event solicit adverse event. Okay, so these are the things where we are mapping. If yes, then the category. Okay, so why? Because they are asking based on the adverse event category. Okay, the start date obviously is a TSTDTC adverse event ongoing. Obviously, you have the end reference NRF. Okay. So these are stop, severity, outcome, action taken. Okay, but every form it's not look like the same thing. So this is adverse event, and then it's a straightforward form. Everyone can understand the things. Okay, so that is the expectation from you all. The first and important thing, you need to do the annotation. Okay, don't worry. We don't have the actually Adobe Acrobat. We need to do the annotation like this. We require the Adobe Acrobat software. Okay, that is not placed in the server. Once that is placed in, then I will annotate the couple of forms and show you how to annotate and how to put these arrow marks and then how to create a box, how to write these things and the background colors and all these things. But once you know the thing, then you need to do the entire CRF form for the annotations. Okay, so these are the things. So far, you have any question or concerns? At the end, I asked no one is asking any questions. But at this moment, you have any question or concerns? No? Yeah. So the ones okay, so once the annotation is done, okay. So for entire the 61 pages, okay, the first we'll give the sum of the forms. Once you've done, the parallelly will give the entire CRF for you all. Then you can parallelly work in background in this CRF annotation. Okay. So the once CRF annotation is done, so we go for the SDTM specification writing. Okay. Okay, so these are the SDTM specification format. You'll have see these are the tabs. Okay, what is the tabs and everything. Specification. I'll explain how to write the specification. I'll take one domain and explain. Okay, by using this one annotated CRF. Okay, so how we can write the specification. Okay, I'll quickly go through. This is basically the study information which we can provide here. Okay, so this tab will show the protocol name and the study name and the study title. Okay, which version we are going to use, SDTM IG version, these things. Okay, language means these are the encoding related. So every SAS dataset will have the encoding information. So does anyone know encoding information? Okay, so each and every SAS dataset will have the encoding. If you write the prop content, okay, so you'll get some sort of detailed information from there. Okay, so from that you can see the encoding. So encoding will basically you'll have the UTF-8 or WLATIC. These are the two things you can observe in the encoding. UTF-8, this is the one thing, and WLATIC. Okay, so these are the two encoding for the SAS datasets. Okay, if there are any other encoding, it's a very rare. Okay, so 99% you can see that any SAS dataset, these are the in the real time, in the real time project. Okay, you can say that these are the two encoding. Okay, so if you use the UTF-8, it will handle all special characters. If you use the WLATIC, so the WLATIC under some European countries. Okay, so when the CRF style is the sentence means the site or hospital, when they are entering the data from those countries and some of the specific thing, they'll follow the WLATIC things. Okay, that is nothing but when they are entering the data in the background itself, they'll capture some of the things. Okay, ASCII keyboard. Can anyone hear the ASCII keyboard, right? So from their keyboard, when they enter the data, so the same data when we are reviewing from the color the globe different countries are anyway. So it will when the reader it will get some special characters. Okay. So that will harm your program. So that won't work for you when you are doing the programming or anything. It will throw some errors. Okay, that's why the server itself will use the background. These are the encoding related things. Okay, so remember these two words. You can, I mean, no one will ask you. So then if someone asks, then what is your project encoding? Then you can say anyone, UTF-8 or WLATIC. Okay, the UTF-8 is the latest thing. It will handle all special characters. The WLATIC also will do, but they exclude some specific Latin related things. Special characters will handle. Okay. So that is the thing. So the same. Okay, the next tab. Okay, here you can see that this dataset information. And the SDTM will have the 56 or 70 domains. That's fine. Many domains you are creating. Okay, so how you can define? So in the SDTM, how many domains which you are creating? In the specification, how you can define? Can anyone answer? Don't be silent. If it's right or wrong, nothing. Okay, you can try it. Okay, if you can speak, then only you'll understand the things. Okay. So how can you decide? I mean, we are going to create some 20, 25, the name of the domains for a particular trial. How you can decide? everyone knows that what are the SDTM domains, I mean everything which we are not going to create for the each and every study based on its requirement. That's fine. Then how you can decide which are the domains you can create for the particular study? It's a simple, right? So when you done the already SDTM ACRF, you can know based on the CRF forms you already annotations done with the entire CRF. It means your domains will be fixed, right? So here if you are annotated LB means you are going to create LB. So later here you have annotated IS, okay, immunogenicity specific assessment. You are going to create IS. Here the IE. In the next you're finding about CM. So basically once you done the entire ACRF, then you can count the number of domains, how many domains which you are going to for this particular trial, what all are those. So it means you will have the from the ACRF, what are the data points based on that, what you have annotated, and then your domains will be fixed from the data perspective. Apart from that, obviously you'll have the trial domains. Okay, trial design datasets will have obviously those 5 domains. Okay, that is you are going to derive from the anyway from the protocol. Okay, so these domains plus those 5 domains. Okay, and the remaining obviously you need to create for the subject element SE. So that we are not going to annotate anyway subject elements. It's a derived data set. Remember, subject element is the derived data set. Okay, so that you can derive based on the SDTM datasets. Okay, so you're not going to annotate it anyway in this here. Apart from that, SV also. Sometimes if there are any capture from the VZD or something, you can add only SVD, SVSTD is something and an SV. Apart from that, nothing will map in the SV related. So these things. Okay. So apart from these, say CRF, you are going to create SE and SV and trial demand. So it means your domains will be fixed, right? So based on that, you can update this structure. Okay. So here's the dataset names. Okay. It includes the supplementary as well. If you see this thing. Okay. So for this study, and the description is the domain name, and then which class it falls under. Okay, the structure of the domain. Remember, this is the structure. It is not directly copied from the SDTM IG. It is a real-time thing. Based on that, you need to update some time points. Okay. So this is the structure you can need. Okay. So this is the purpose of the tabulation. What is the purpose to create this tabulation? So SDTM tabulation model, right? For the purpose of the tabulate and the key variables. So these key variables align with the structure. Okay. I'm just taking the overview. I'm not taking the specification class. No worries. Okay. While writing the specification, before I will take the class how you can write the specification. Okay. So then you'll understand. I'm just taking through the real-time things. What are the things? Okay. There are few people joined today. So for them, and what is we are going to cover that I'm taking. That's it. So this is the key variables. Means this is the final sort variables from your particular data set. So whenever you sort the particular data set at the end based on these keys, you should not get any duplicates. If you are getting a duplicate based on these keys, then it's wrong. So that time what you need to do is that you need to increase the unique keys. Okay. So the based on these variables, you should not get any duplicates. If you get, then the P21 report throws some warnings and issues. Okay. So these are the interlink relation. Okay. And then this is the repeating. Okay. Repeating means, for example, okay. So these are the domain for which we repeating the information something. So this is the backend purpose. Okay, when they're doing the, and the first thing I forgot to tell you, this is the specification P21 as aligned specification. Okay, so when we are going to create a define.xml, okay, when we are going to create a define.xml, the specification should be like this. It means the same tabs, the same structure would be there. For example, if this is the column you don't have in the specification, it won't generate the P21 report, or not P21, it won't generate the define.xml. If you don't have the comma here, for example, like this, you forgot to put the comma here, then again it won't generate the define.xml. Okay, that much exclusive things which we need to follow for the specification standard for the define.xml. Okay. In the real time, some people what will they do? For the SDTM specification, they'll have their own template format. Okay, in the particular. So initially they'll create the SDTM based on the template, and then they'll program everything. At the end, after final analysis, they'll create the specification again like this in this format to create a define.xml. Okay, there's a two-way work. Why? Because you are creating the initial SDTM specification. If you're SDTM specification with the P21 define aligned specification, it's your job would be easy. So at the starting itself, you're creating the both, right? So this is the define aligned specification. Fine. The next, okay, this is a variable tab. Here you will get the variables information. Okay, how many variables you are based on the annotation, based on the requirement and the code you are going to create. Okay, this is the things until here you can get from the standard things. Okay, so this is the origin. Okay, the origin is nothing but the variable you have deriving or you are assigned, or it's a CRF. Okay, the variable is from the CRF. Then you need to provide the page of the CRF. Okay, so this will interlink with the when your define is creating. This is very, very important. Okay, this is the AE-term variable is coming from the CRF. So this is the AE-term variable is present in the CRF page number 2. Okay, So then here you'll have method, research, role, and the comment. Okay, these are the important things. Okay, I'll explain in the SDTM specification too. I can create these things. So based on this, you are going to create a programs. Okay. So how you can create the method, and then when we are checking the method, and then I get method tab here. Okay. So giving some difference here, and then you get the detail here. So this is just created the temporary tab. This is a value level thing. This is a value level thing from the metadata perspective. Okay. So what is the metadata you are creating for the particular thing? In the metadata, what are the things? The QNAMs and the categories, and then is there any other thing? You are going to create a metadata for that. Okay. So the weight class, how you can create the weight class and how you can utilize in the programming. Okay. So that I'll explain. These are the filter condition for that your programs. Okay, that I'll explain. So again, this is a code list. Right, each and every variable, some of the things variable you have then say code list. Okay. So what are the code lists which you have? And here not only you are taking the code list. Okay, for the code list NC coded term as well as the NC time code. So these are the two things which is very very important. How you can take these from the the control term, how you can find these things, and then how you can copy these numbers and then put it. Okay, if you enter wrong, then your defined as well as the your T21 report will throw some issues. Okay, so this is a code list one. And then the dictionary version. So how many dictionary which you are going to use for this study, everything will be there here. The method. So previously we used to create it in the variable tab method, right? So what is the method? What is the thing? Okay, the programming logic, everything will be, you can find it here for the derived variables. And then some comments. Okay, the comments also how it works, and then what is the difference between the method and comment also, you need to take it. Okay. That we can tell you. So this is the document. Okay, so the document means what are the documents which we are using for this study. Okay, here they mentioned only ACRF. Okay, but you can mention SDRG also. That is required for when you're great. For the SDTM program perspective, this is enough. These are the tabs which you have. Okay, so how you can create. So does anyone create? Some people said that we have created for the few domain specification. Does anyone create it in this format? The specification. Say yes or no.
No, sir.
Okay. So this is the real-time thing. So if you need to know that in this particular SDTM specification, each and every single point. If you doesn't know what is the weight class, then the real-time what you can do in the programming. Once you get the job, also you need to know. If you go and ask them what is the weight class, how you can check, they'll think that okay, this is the guy having 3 years experience, he doesn't know these things. Okay, this is the very very initial, at least 1 week 10 days work experience guy can know these things. So these are the minute things. Okay. So while working in the SDTM program. Okay, so after that, so what we can cover is that, okay, so once the specification also done from there, so we'll start from the SDTM program. Okay, so the SDTM program, okay, again this is a reference program. Okay, so then we can start from there. For example, I'll show you. Okay, so in the real-time programming, we'll follow this the header structure. Okay, programming header. Okay, this is the important thing for each and every program real-time. So the first the project information will be there here. The next program information will be there here. So what is the program is named that SAS, okay? And the programmer information when they created and the version what is that. So in the what kind of SAS, you will get the environment information. Okay. So the operating system Windows. So here is the Windows. If you are using some any other things on the Windows, then you can. So here it is the modification history. The modification history why we require when we create the programs. It's not finalized until final analysis. In the multiple times we are going to update those programs based on the mismatches, based on the changes, amendments. Okay, if the data got updated, if you are not write the programs dynamically, you will get some issues. Okay, so each and every time, for example, the first of all I created program here. Okay, the later in my absence, I moved from this project to the project, something like that. The other people can take care of it. So when they update the modification history, so they need to mention here. So the modifications, whatever the modification is done, who is the programmer, request number, and the date, and the reason why he updated. The sponsor or based on the mismatches, you need to explain these things, okay? So this is done. But the next time you get them, again you need to copy these things and then you need to enter the things, okay, modifications. So these are some macros, okay, in the real time. So at this moment we don't have macros, we'll try to get those macros. Otherwise we will create these programs as well, okay? So the real time program, if you see each and every step you need to follow like this. The comments, okay? This is the thing which is very, very important. This is a good programming practice. Why? Because if someone is referring your program or your option someone is reading, if you have these kind of letters, he simply understand, okay, where and which step he did what. So if something I need to update further, like while working on IE and DM messaging, so I'm getting some wrong messaging. So in the mismatches, I'm checking those things. So you go and check that, okay, this is the step, okay, they are matching the things, okay, what is wrong with here. So I'll go and update direct. So okay, the programs looks like this, okay, each and every programmer should create like this, the own programs, okay, based on their programming skills, okay. So the once you create the SDT programs, okay, starting from class A, right, okay. You're not going to create any randomized program or something, right? Okay, it will simply Okay. So in the real time, for the trial domains, we won't create. We won't create means you said that variable equal to this one, this one, this one. We are not going to that. We just import the direct SVM specification. Okay. For example, you use domain variable. This is the TI, right? The trial inclusion and exclusion criteria. Okay. So we will import these things direct. Okay. So we'll get directly. Okay. So we'll update this metadata. Okay. And then that will come. Okay then. Once you done SVM program, all data set will be looks like this. Okay. Okay, in this study we have some associate person domain. I said that yesterday. So we have the associate person because this is the neonatal study. So we'll get that. Okay. So data set looks like this. So once you've done the programming, okay, you people can validate the P21 report. Okay. So the programming also I said right. So I'll create 2 or 3 groups. Okay. So each and everyone we are going to create one for this one. Folder structure. So the some 7 to 8 people work for the one folder and the 7 to 8 people work for the other folder. 4 programs from the production side for that. Okay, we'll let you know how you can work. So for example, if I create a production program, some other person can validate the same into something. Okay, so then only okay. Why I'm saying like this? This is the real time scenarios. Okay, so why? Because if you work on only one side and then everything, then you doesn't know the how to work on the mismatches, how to interpret the data. Okay, if something mismatches will come, how you can identify those mismatches. So how you can, that is the very, very, very important thing. Okay. So that is the real time scenarios which you can understand. Okay. If you work simply only one side, you will never build a knowledge like that. Okay. The mismatch, how you can check the mismatches. Okay. So that's the important thing. So the later we'll create, define, so not define, I'll explain how to check those things. Okay. So once that is done, again, the SDTM is done, then we'll move for the atoms. Okay. The same like, okay, atom specification also we create the same manner. It looks like same format. Why? Because again, we need to go create a define, right? For that, required. Okay. If you see, this is the same tabs which you can identify. Okay. So the data sets, okay, how many data sets you are going to create this, sorry, these are the data set, okay, and then variables for that, and then the value level, metadata, and the where class, okay, and the code list, and the dictionaries, okay, and the methods, and some comments, okay, documents. Okay. So these are the things which we are going to create for the item specification, and then again item programming, okay. So these are the things which we are going to create. The later again for the P21 report for the atom validation. Okay, once that is done, we are going to work for the SDRG and ADRG. Okay. So this study SDRG and SDRG class we discussed, right? So everyone need to create like this SDRG. Okay. So we will give the format SDRG, we'll remove these things and then give it to you all. You need to work it on these things. So once that is done. Okay. So this is the things. Okay. So it means until from the starting ACRF2 until ADRG, SDRG working. Okay. In the real time, what are each and every aspect you are going to get the knowledge and the work experience in this internship. Okay.
So what are the TLFs?
Yeah, the TLFs. Sorry. In the TLFs we have, for example, we have TLF shells. This is the SAP. Okay. And the TLF. Okay. These are the mock shells. Okay. So you people can work on the based on these mock shells. Okay. You need to create a programs. Okay. For the mock shell TLF programs. Okay. One of the program I can open it. Something like this. Okay. So then you will create the TLFs as well. Okay. So that's the analysis purpose. Okay. You'll have the TLF SAP. Okay. TLF mock shells and the SAP and the protocols. Okay. Based on the atom data sets which you created, you can create the TLF shells as well. Sorry, TLF outputs as well. Okay. Table mistake figures. Okay. So, is there any question or concerns from anybody? These are the things which we are going to cover.
Sir, this all we have to do in server only.
Yeah. You'll get everyone is get the server access. We will create the folders. You need to do it in the server itself.
Okay.
So, protocol complete చేస్తాం. Monday నుంచి అంటే చూపిస్తారు. Yeah, Monday నుంచి ఏంటంటే server condition start చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ నుంచి ఇంకొక పర్సన్ కూడా వస్తాడు. సో అతను కొన్ని క్లాసెస్ నేను కొన్ని క్లాసెస్ తీసుకుంటాను. ఓకే
సార్ అంటే ఈచ్ డొమైన్ మీరు ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ చేస్తే నేను ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలా?
ఈచ్ చేస్తే మీకేం వస్తుంది చెప్పండి. నేను అర్థం చేసిన అనుకోండి. అండ్ దెన్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఇంటర్న్షిప్? ఓకే,
కొన్ని లైక్ ఫైండింగ్స్ అవి ఇలాంటివి మాకు చెప్పలేదు. సార్ నాకు
ఒక్క నిమిషం. సారీ. సో బేసిక్ ఏంటంటే అన్ని డొమైన్స్ నేను చేయను. నేను కొన్ని డొమైన్స్, ఇంపార్టెంట్ డొమైన్స్ ఏమంటారు, ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఎట్లా చేయాలని నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. ఓకేనా? సో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే మీరు ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేయాలి. ఫస్ట్ 1 or 2 డొమైన్స్ ని ప్రోగ్రామ్ చూసి రన్ చేసేసి ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ స్టేట్ ఎట్లా ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేయాలంటే స్పెసిఫికేషన్ తీసుకొని, నెక్స్ట్ కంట్రోల్ టర్మినాలజీ తీసుకొని, మెటాలిటీ తీసుకొని ఎట్లా ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి, ఎట్లా రాయాలి, ఎట్లా అవుట్పుట్ చేయాలి, ఎట్లా మిస్ మెసేజ్ చెక్ చేయాలని మేము చెప్తాం. ఓకే, చెప్పిన తర్వాత మీరు ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు. సో వాలిడేషన్ చేస్తారు, అయిపోతుంది. దెన్ సో దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ వాట్ యూ నీడ్ టు డూ ఇస్ దట్ లేటర్ యూ క్యాన్ క్రియేట్ ఫర్ ద అదర్ డొమైన్స్ టు ఫర్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ. సో whenever it's something new you don't understand, then we will explain how to do those things. The program will be same, right? The thing is that you need to get that idea and the knowledge.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు యాక్చువల్గా ప్రోగ్రామ్ కోడ్ నేనే రాయాలి, బట్ ఎలా రాయాలి, ఎలా చూస్ చేయాలని మొత్తం మీరు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు.
Yeah, that's what that is required, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I'll explain each and you get any knowledge. You got it. If you stuck somewhere, then definitely will help you. It's not the case that we are not supporting you. For example, in the finding domain, you are not understanding how to program it. We will explain. Then you can start working on it. You got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is the support which you required. Until unless if I'll explain each and everything, what I'll do, I'll explain each and every program open, and then this is step we can write like this, and then I'll run, and then you can show the output, and then that's fine. Then what is the beneficial you are going to get from this internship? After done the internship, you don't get any knowledge. When you write your own specification, when you write your own annotation, when you write your own programs based on this real time, then only you will get the real time knowledge. Until unless you won't get anything. If you already existing programs you are run, you are seeing the output, then what is the point for internship? Nothing will, right? You will get.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is there any question or concerns from anybody?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Sorry.
సార్ టోటల్ ఎన్ని ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ చేపిస్తారు మాకు ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి సార్. అంటే ఐటమ్స్
మీరు if you work hard and if you can daily minimum, if you work for the 8 to 10 hours, then you can complete this project in 3 months. In the real time itself, if you complete this, it will take 6 to 8 months. In the real time, real time programmers, they'll have the 10 years, 9 years, 6 years, 4 years experience guy with a team of 5 to 6 programmers. If they work daily, working weeks, 8 and a half hours, it will take to complete this project, entire project, it's a 5 to 6 months minimum. Then now tell me how many projects you can do in the 3 months. You got it? It depends on your complete your hard work.
ఓకే.
Okay. So why I am saying that if I'll we will place another project also, we are in that plan. That this project only are not done properly, then what is the point to work on the next project? If you've done everything crystal clear with this project, the one project is more than enough. Anyway, we are going to place the additional project. If some people they work hard and then they work more and then they'll complete everything in every batch, something like that, we'll have some people, right? For them, it is that they will work on the next project. For example, if someone is doesn't complete the first project, then what is the point to work on the second project? Okay. So we'll place one more project. Okay. If you work hard, then only you can complete this project in the 3 months. Okay. From our side, everything will be closed in 3 months. But it's not. For example, I'll take on the CRF annotation class. Okay, 1.5 hour class. Then you people, everyone need to complete the CRF annotation. It will take 5 working days to everyone to complete entire CRF. It's a real time timelines. I'm saying. It will not. You can complete in the 1 day. The real time experience guy will take minimum 4 to 5 days for the CRF annotation. Okay. The specification, it will have each and every domain to complete the specification 15 working days. It's a standard timelines. Okay. For the programming based on your domains, it will take some 30 to 35 working days for the SDK programs. So if you people can work more than the real-time programmers, then you can complete in this project in the 3 months. That is the expectation. So now you can think then how much far you can try for this project. Okay. So I'm not referring anyone, just saying that the real-time expectation, how many project we are going to complete. There is no matter, right? If you work the real-time experience one project, then you can work any other project. There is no difference that the same specification, same annotations, same programming. You are going to complete. You need the real-time exposure knowledge. That's it. If you work for example, in the previous what you learn based on some raw data sets, and then you are importing the things and then a one-to-one mapping. If you work 20 or 30 project also, there is nothing you gain. If you follow all these steps, there is more than enough. I can assure you, it is more than enough. Yeah.
Thank you for the question.
So why? Because we are doing each and every real-time work here. It's not only just programming done. So programming is one of the part from the CRF annotation, specification writing, programming, P20 validation, defined XML, SDRG, ADRG, RM specification, TLF, from options, annotations, TLF programming, and the outputs, and mismatch, everything we are working. Remember. So is there any other questions from anybody? So from Monday onwards, I think they'll share the new link. Who all are confirmed, then we can start the real-time work. Okay. So yeah. So for the programming, you'll have 1 or 2 more weeks to start. Before that, if you have any lag or any lack of practice in the SAS, base SAS or advanced SAS, please complete in the coming two weeks. So once you start the program, you won't get to refer the things. Okay. You need to work daily minimum 8 hours. Minimum 8 hours. I'm saying this is a real-time experience work frame. So daily you need to work for the 8 hours for the project. That is the minimum expectation for the everyone. After the class, you people minimum you need to work for the 7 to 8 hours for the per day. You work or your home or you work for the office or anywhere. The minimum expectation is to the minimum 7 to 8 hours you need to work. Then only you'll get the detailed experience of this project, then the real time. And then after you completing, based on my instruction or instruction, if you complete this project, after 3 months you'll be there in the different confidence level. So is there any question or concerns from anybody?
Sir, from when offline classes will get started, sir?
The next week, real time classes when it starts, the offline classes also start with the same day. Class would be there is no difference when I'm taking offline or online, not any difference. Okay, but the thing is that how you are practicing, that's the main important. Why the offline is preferable means if people come to office, you'll get some corporate culture and how you can work and everything, work experience, we all get together. If you sit in just alone your home and you're doing something, so when you're learning stage, it will be difficult for your convenience, for your knowledge and any purpose. They're asking to come to the office for the offline batch. Okay. For the class, there is no difference. If I'm taking from online or offline, that would be the similar. But when you are practice working with your colleagues, that is the important when you are working in the offline office. Okay. So is there any last one question? Who joined today? Is there any other questions? I think this is the last class for the free link, which they shared from the next when start from the real-time assignments, then they'll stop the link from next week onwards. So if there are any person interested in this internship, please check with them and then enroll. Okay. Okay, if no other question, I think we can close the call. So yeah, thank you everyone. Bye. Thank you.